Hello, everybody, and welcome to Story Time with Mr. Hallum. This is our chance to get together during the day, and I'll read you a story. My face looks like a ghost today. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll have to do some investigating. I'm going to turn that a little bit, see if I can cut down on some of the glare. That's better, but still. I mean, my skin looks good because, I'm drinking tons of water these days and hydrating like crazy. I almost look like I've put makeup on my face. It's freaky. Comment if you can figure out what's going on here. I'd love to know. Although technically I've turned the comments off so you can't comment. Oh well, such is as such was. So today we're going to read the story, The Armadillo from Amarillo, written and illustrated by Lynn Cherry. Okay? Lynn Cherry is the author illustrator. I would love to write a book. I just can't draw pictures to save my life. So I would have to find somebody to do my pictures for me. There's a song by a country guy called Amarillo by Morning. And it goes something like this. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio. I don't know why I look so sad. Everything that I've got is just what I've got on. Please don't comment. I know it was bad. I'm not a professional singer. I'm not even an amateur singer. I'm just a guy. I'm merely a guy. Okay. So Amarillo is in Texas, and I've lost it. I had it a minute ago. Amarillo, here we go. And it's right up here in Texas, up in the north part of Texas. I don't know why I'm sticking my face around here. All right. By the way, Arkansas is right over here, and we are dead center there. My wife's name, A. Hallum. It's her book. All right. The Armadillo from Amarillo. An armadillo from Texas wondered, where in the world am I? What is beyond these tangled woods? What's out beyond the sky? So Armadillo packed up his things and left his home behind. He headed off on a northeast course to seek what he could find. Dear, hang on one second. Okay, excuse me. Dear Brillo, high and warm regards from your cousin Sarsaparilla. I laid my head and slept today on a blue bonnet pillow. Love, Sarsaparilla. So here we go. He traveled to the nearby city of San Antonio, and from the top of the highest tower he saw where he might go. But Armadillo still wondered where. Where in the world am I? What's out beyond the prairie grass? What's out beyond the sky? Dear Cousin Brillo, I crossed the city and climbed a tower using tooth and claw, and looking down and all around, this is what I saw. Love always, Sarsaparilla. Dear Brillo, here in San Antonio, there's an old fort called the Alamo. It reminds me that long ago, Texas was part of Mexico. He followed the river past twisted oaks, through ancient juniper trees shared by warblers and vireos and Carolina chickadees. The postcard on here is too small and it's kind of covered, so I can't try to read it. All right. The landscape changed dramatically through woodland, towns, and plains. Armadillo explored canyons and walked through heavy rains. He walked for weeks and came to Austin, continued west and north to Abilene and Lubbock. He hiked and he sallied forth. Armadillo often along the way climbed up to higher ground. He scurried up the canyon walls and stopped to look around. How different were the plains above! Flowers went on for miles. Armadillos decided to settle down and stay there for a while. Dear Brillo, I'm near Amarillo. This land is cool and flat. It's definitely inadequate, an inadequate armadillo habitat. I'll be the only armadillo who lives near the city of Amarillo. Sorry, hard to read. But Armadillo still wondered where in the world am I? Perhaps I'd have a better idea if I could somehow fly. One day he asked a golden eagle as she came breezing by, "What can I do for a bird's eye view from up in the big blue sky?" "Hop on my back," said the eagle, "and I'll fly you wide and far, and then you'll see eventually where in the world we are." Upward and upward the eagle flew. Armadillo held on tight. "With my tail tip curled, I'll explore this world from morning until night." Dear Brillo, except for the canyons like this one here, the land is flat, flat, flat. And an armadillo near Amarillo should wear a scarf and a hat. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio. Sorry, got that song in my head. Armadillo looked down and asked, "Where in the world are we?" "We're over a prairie, and in the distance that's Amarillo, you see." "We've flown over the prairie, we've flown over a town. Amarillo means yellow, my dear little fellow, and the prairie's all yellow and brown." "I see Amarillo," said Armadillo. "Could we see all Texas, though? And if we fly higher up into the sky, could we see New Mexico? Or if we fly higher up into the sky, could we see the entire earth?" "Well, certainly, surely, if you hold on securely, we'll try," said the eagle with mirth. "Amarillo's a city?" asked Armadillo. To this the eagle replied, "Yes, Amarillo's a city in Texas, the state where we reside. And Texas is in the United States, our country wide and dear, on the North American continent, which is on Earth, a sphere. This sphere is called a planet, and nine we are just one. And as we converse in the universe, these planets turn round the sun." So see, this book was written before 2005 when Pluto was deemed no longer a major planet but a dwarf planet. There's your science for the day. Armadillo held on tightly to Eagle's neck, afraid of a long, long fall. From over his shoulder, with the air getting colder, this is what he saw. They flew so high up into the sky, the Texas they saw below was part they called the Panhandle in the state of New Mexico. "With my tail tip curled, I'll explore the world," Armadillo said to his friend. Through the clouds they twirled, in the wind they whirled up and were hurled again. And when they looked up and could see into space, they'd flown up into thin air. "It's hard to breathe here, I'd like to leave here, Eagle. Homeward, let's repair." "We're very high now," said Eagle, "on the edge of air and space. The atmosphere is ending. We should be descending, but what a remarkable place." So see, the further up you go in the sky, the less air there is. So once you get to a certain height, it's hard to breathe. "There must be a way to fly higher up, bringing aboard some air. Perhaps we should travel to Cape Canaveral," Eagle said as she soared. As they spoke of Cape Canaveral, the rocket launching place, The shuttle took off with a roar of fire and headed out toward space. Eagle had a brilliant thought and whistled a happy tune. Let's hitch a trip on this rocket ship and we'll fly up to the moon. With a burst of speed, the Eagle flew in the path of the rocket ship. It took her and Armadillo aboard and continued on its trip. The higher they flew, the farther they saw Louisiana and Arkansas, and there were some other countries below they could see Cuba and Mexico. The spaceship then zoomed so high up that Armadillo could not tell where a country began or ended, or where its borders fell. The earth was now so far away, so very, very far. I'm wondering, said Armadillo, where in the world we are. We're out of this world, said the Eagle to the Armadillo, her friend. 10 miles from Earth starts the universe, right at the atmosphere's end. From space, the Earth was a big round ball with swirling clouds of white against a deep blue black background, and like the blue black night at sky. Boy, that was terrible. Let me do that again. From space, the Earth was a big round ball with swirling clouds of white against a deep blue background like the blue black sky at night. Planets shone around them, reflecting star-like light. In that silent room, floating in the dark, they traveled through the night. Before them was Earth's silver moon, a white and glowing sphere. They hovered there, floating in thin air, over craters with no fear. And as they watched in wonder, the Earth rose on the horizon. They sat and gazed at their far-off home, watched Earth set and Earth rising. Armadillo said, I'm homesick. Hey, Eagle, let's go back. Let's go back down to our yellow town, away from this blue and black. The rocket began a downward arc, and they flew over land and sea. The adventurous pair flew through the air to their home by the yellow prairie. He wondered where in the world he was, and now Armadillo knew. He said, I know where in the scheme of things I am Eagle, thanks to you. I now live in Amarillo, a city that's rather small, which is in the state of Texas, one of 50 states in all. In the United States of America, the country of my birth, on the North American continent, in the world on planet Earth. In all there are 9 planets, and Earth is only one. And as we converse in this universe, 8 planets besides this one, warmly, hotly, coldly, coolly, we revolve around the sun. And then just a list of acknowledgments. All right. Well, that was a good story. It's kind of fun to think about being a armadillo and taking off on the back of an eagle and then going into space. Ooh, fun. Well, it's Friday, so we won't do these for Saturday or Sunday. We'll get back to this on Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as we part, and parting is such sweet sorrow, let us all sing together. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antone. Everything that I've got is just what I've got on. Bye, y'all.